But to answer the question, what makes your approach so different? It's just that. I get you well when others have let you down. When people who've been searching for answers to healing their symptoms and adrenal fatigue first talk to my care team, they usually ask, what makes your approach so different? It's a fair question, and I'm going to break it down for you today. By the time folks find me, they've usually been through the ringer. Countless tests, a parade of specialists, and a whole bunch of treatments that haven't made much of a dent. They're frustrated, sometimes skeptical, and understandably so. The truth is, the conventional medical system and even many functional or naturopathic doctors aren't equipped to deal with something as complex and multi-layered as adrenal fatigue. Now let me clarify something. Adrenal fatigue is not a straightforward diagnosis. It's more like a syndrome with many symptoms that look different from person to person. I know there are skeptics out there who think it's just about tired adrenals or low cortisol, but trust me, it's way more complicated than that. Just a reminder to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions at the end of the video, drop them in the comments. So the symptoms of adrenal fatigue can be all over the map. Fatigue, anxiety, pain, depression, insomnia, brain fog, digestive issues, weight gain, immune problems, hormone imbalances, and the list goes on. Why do these symptoms hang around despite all you've been doing to treat them? Because nobody is addressing the real issue as the underlying cause, a dysfunctional stress response system, not just the adrenals, or as I like to call it, a broken stress response system. Most doctors are stuck in a cycle of treating symptoms in isolation, or they're chasing secondary problems, missing the big picture. And that's where my approach is entirely different. Over the past 20 years, I've helped more than 6,000 patients recover by focusing on the root cause of adrenal fatigue with what I call my Trilateral Method of healing. This method addresses dysfunction in all three critical parts of your stress response system: the limbic system in your brain, the HPA Axis, including the adrenals, and the autonomic nervous system. These three components are the control center for your entire physiology. Think of it as a control knob for every system in your body: digestion, on or off; immune system, on or off; thyroid hormones. You get the idea. If you want to truly heal, you've got to get all three parts working together again so they can regain control of your physiology. The Trilateral Method tackles the problem from all three sides. First up is the limbic system, basically the CEO of your stress response. Here we use techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness, certain nutrients, and other strategies to calm that overstimulated brain, bring it back into balance. Next is the HPA Axis. This is where diet and targeted supplements and lifestyle changes come in. We focus on supporting adrenal function, balancing cortisol levels, which helps tackle many of the physical symptoms of adrenal fatigue. Lastly, we work on calming the autonomic nervous system, the part of your nervous system that controls your fight or flight response. We use tools like breath work, meditation, sleep hygiene, vagus nerve exercises to bring your body back from a constant state of high alert. Think of these treatments like puzzle pieces. And my job is to figure out how they all fit together for you, because everybody's biochemistry and needs are unique. And by the way, I'll drop a link in the description so you can read more about my trilateral approach if you want to dig in a little deeper, and also a link so you can reach out today if you're ready to get started on your own plan to get your life back from this thing. My healing method works. If you've been struggling for years, even decades, with symptoms, you can actually start to see changes within 1 to 2 months. You'll see your anxiety settle, sleep improve, the pain and the other frustrating symptoms begin to ease up as your energy levels start to improve. But I want to be transparent here, because it's very important for patients to have realistic expectations. Healing from adrenal fatigue is not a straight line, and it doesn't happen overnight. If you've been sick for years, it takes time to recalibrate all your body's systems. We use a functional capacity scale to measure your progress so that you know you're on the right track. For instance, if you started at 20% functional capacity, maybe you were housebound, struggling to manage even daily activities, and 6 months later you're at 50%, well, that's a win. You're driving again, socializing a bit, getting through the day with more energy. Sure, you might have some ups and downs still, but the bad days are fewer, the good days are better. Now, most of my patients come in somewhere in 40 to 70% functional capacity. They're getting by, but they're struggling. With the right treatment, targeting the root cause, we can get you back to living a full life, not just slogging through to make it through to the next day or the next week. No matter where you're starting from, healing is possible. I talk to new patients on a daily basis, and they tell me about all the practitioners they've seen and the methods of healing they've tried under their guidance. They've been treated for candida, mold, Epstein-Barr, hypothyroid, IBS, anxiety, depression. And they've done diets and detox and taken pharmaceuticals and dozens of supplements and herbs, and yet they're still no better after years of trying. And I think to myself, It's no wonder you're not well yet. Now, it's not for lack of trying on your part. It certainly isn't your fault. But to answer the question, what makes your approach so different? It's just that. I get you well when others have let you down.